Hey everybody, this is JD Gaming back today with a bit of an update video with many more videos to come after this. So this is just in case you've been wondering, JD, where have you been? It's been a couple months since you released the video about the gap, and that wasn't even a video like a deck profile or something. It was just you complaining about not really having ideas, basically having artist block, writer's block, whatever you want to call it. Yes, that's all true and fair enough. So I wanted to give you guys, at least those of you who care enough, some information, right? I don't like leaving you guys in the dark. And I'll start off by saying it's not bad. This is all relatively good news, as shocking as some of it may seem, but I wanted to basically let everyone know what's going on. So yes, if you have seen my community post the other day, it is true, I did quit my job. I've mentioned on the channel before that I became a pharmacy manager. It's been something I've been training for, obviously, over the pretty much entire duration of my channel. Even back in 2014 when I first started this thing off, I was in pharmacy school and I was basically training to become a pharmacist. And the last couple of years, I have done a year of floating, and then this entire last year, a year as a manager, basically a year after I started working full-time, which looking back, I guess is kind of a really cool thing. I never really thought that would be where I'd end up, and yet there I was. And it was in a retail setting. I'm not going to say where or anything. Don't want to burn any bridges because, again, everything is pretty good between me and the people that I've worked with. But it was just too much for me. Lots of factors were adding up to make it just a really impossible thing for me to keep going in a sustainable way. And over the last couple months, honestly, I haven't had time to devote to the channel just because of everything that was going on. From the fact that I was dealing with a team of 5 people, including myself. I have myself, a staff pharmacist. Both of us are basically partners, but we never overlap, so it's always just one of us there. So it's really more like a team of 4 people at once. We have one amazing lead technician that's been just awesome carrying everyone through. And then we had 2 technicians that unfortunately weren't so great. One of them was just not wanting to be told what to do. And it's like, sure, that's fine as long as you do everything. But in any retail setting, you gotta know what your job is and do it. And this person just wasn't doing that, which obviously for a newer grad like myself, trying to do management with someone who's been with this job for like 7 years and just doesn't want to hear from a young person like me, it's been challenging. Ultimately, they decided to part ways with the company because they just didn't want to do what the company asked of them. And then on the other half, we have a technician who I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. I unfortunately found out she's just not a good fit for healthcare. She gives misinformation consistently, is just a danger to herself and the public, for lack of a better term. It's been really challenging, again, because I really like working with my customers, with my team, and to have 2 really big problems on my team in my first year, that's been stressful. And then over the last couple months, we've been basically dealing with one of those 2 quit. The less capable individual decided to stick around with this, so I've been having to escalate, basically write-ups. If people get in trouble, they have to take responsibility for the real world, and I've basically been in charge of moving that along for someone, which again, it's never something that's going to be fun. Like right now, sure, I say that I'm new, I'm young, but it doesn't matter. Like even if I've done this for like 20, 30, 40 years, it's not something that I'm ever going to enjoy doing, writing someone up for something that whether or not they choose to, they're just not able to keep up with. So those factors were definitely stressful. Of course, we've got the crush card virus going along, and as you can imagine, in healthcare, which did not miss a beat, by the way, it's just a lot of extra work and stress on the business. And then add into that the fact that I have not taken a vacation for basically an entire year, over a year actually. I was actually ignored once on a request, denied on a request, and then ignored on a follow-up request. Sure, eventually they were like, oh, we'll get you a vacation sooner rather than later. But by that point, I was just too tired. I was exhausted, and there was no way for me to keep going with the company if this is how it was going to be. So again, it was a decision. I'm not necessarily upset about it because I think this is the right choice for me. It just wasn't a sustainable setup here. And sure, things could have maybe changed down the line. But even then, I was just finding with all the frustrations, I started feeling like I could not really give people the care that they need, that I wanted to give them. I went into pharmacy and I do things like JD Gaming, donating to Toys for Tots and stuff because I really, really like helping people. That's what I wanted to do. with whatever I do in my life. And unfortunately, when you get this stressed out, you're constantly behind because people aren't pulling their weight, it changes you. And I was afraid of the type of person I was becoming. I didn't have time to, answer silly questions as it felt, or, help people who genuinely need longer, more dedicated assistance because my job metrics weren't allowing me to do it, and my team, the half of it, unfortunately, wasn't supporting me in the way that it really needed to. So unfortunately, I had to pull the plug before it ended up being more detrimental to my mental and physical health. I mean, it's already been pretty bad long enough here. This last week, I actually did finally quit. It was after 7 consecutive days of work, no time off in between there, and the last day was 17 hours from 6 in the morning until 11 at night, including the 1-hour commute time each way that I've been experiencing every single day. So, I mean, won't belabor it too much. Hopefully this kind of paints an idea of just how darn tired I've been with everything. Not just sick of it and fed up, but yes, there was that, but just tired, exhausted. Like, I can't keep going like this. So ultimately decided to stop the job, and that means now I finally have time to reclaim my own life. And as part of that, as a bonus for you guys here, I want to let you know what's in store for the channel. So, at least for the near future, I do have some decks lined up that I'm planning on doing probably on Fridays that I just never had a chance to. I mean, I talked about the Gap. I've been working with 𝕿𝖊𝖇𝖑𝖊 and Plant Link for the last 2-3 months now after I abandoned 𝕮𝖊𝖊𝖊𝖓𝖙, and even that deck, there's different variant I'm looking into right now, but there's been a lot of decks that I've not been able to share, so I will start sharing those again, which I am just so excited to do. On top of that, I did buy a few things for this occasion of me basically retiring at 2 years into my career, and to commemorate that, I am going to go and share those on the channel. One of them is going to be a Jinzo tin, which is my very first tin ever. I remember getting that way back in 2013, so man, that is nostalgic as heck. I can't wait to open that for you. That will be up tomorrow. And then I also have a Dark Magician Girl tin that I wanted to get because I never got this one back in that day, and I thought it would be one heck of a cool one from that era because the packs in there just look phenomenal. And as if that weren't enough, I finally caved, and seeing the price of this card climb all the time, finally decided to get myself the one, the only, Blue Eyes White Dragon. So here you can see this lovely card in all its glory. I want to share it with you guys because, oh my god, I am so glad I finally got this. No regrets spending the $2,500 I think it ended up being to get this thing. It's not even in perfect mint condition. I don't know, if I had to throw out a number, I'd say it's a solid 7 out of 10. I'm no grader or anything, but it's overall, card's very clean. It feels like something I would have had in my collection if I ever owned the card in the past. I've held it before because actually one of my friends traded it to me, wanted it back, so I gave it back, but dang, that memory never left me. This card has always been something special, and obviously it's just one of the coolest old cards from classic Yu-Gi-Oh! So I definitely wanted to share this card with you guys as well, so you can kind of see and just experience it. Videos definitely do it a lot more justice than a picture that you see on eBay or Wikipedia or something. Not Wikipedia, Yugipedia or Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia, either one. And even then, I feel like it is better in real life, but this is the closest I can share it with you guys. So look forward to all of those items coming up here for sure. I'll be, in touch with you guys if I come up with new things, but definitely good to be back. I hope this was a nice little update for you guys if you're wondering what the heck was happening with me, and I hope you guys enjoyed as always. This is JDGaming, and I'll see you guys next time. That's it for now, but feel free to grab one of these videos on your way out. If you really enjoyed what you saw today, remember to subscribe to JDGaming for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. Thanks guys, this is JDGaming, hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll see you guys next time.